Kenpo, Politics, Kenya. Topic: Western Kenya. Are you primed politically? Why have I used this title? It's not because of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, no. When you want to go out, you take care of yourself, groom yourself, and look good. When a bird wants to fly, it cleans its feathers with its beak, and that's called priming. I have been here for a while, born in Nakuru, but would come Western Kenya during the holidays and many times and then go back to Nakuru. Politics was hot during the time of Martin Shikuku. He was an orator. And then we had Mudavadi's father, a very active politician. Those were the days. Those were the days. And the presidency by then was, we've had the first president and then the second president of the republic. And there was a time, there was an argument in parliament, and the then minister called Kamodho said jokingly or seriously, because the Western MPs took it very seriously, but to Mr. Kamodho, it was a joke. They had an altercation with one of the politicians, and he told them, listen, people from that community can only be watchmen and cooks. And the politicians took it very seriously. I was still a young man by that time, and the whole thing went in the media and people argued, and Shikuku made a lot of noise. Mudavadi's father was an active man, never used to talk much, but was full of activities in his area. The people in his area can tell you that. And what happened is we kept waiting. And there were predictions. By then, there was the father of Raila Odinga, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. And people had valued him as a politician because he had started the western part of Kenya. Nyanza, Western, all that part held him in very high esteem, just as they held the president who was there in high esteem. So there was the political tussle, and the father passed on. And Raila Amolo Odinga had a lot of control of the western region. Nyanza, Western Kenya. He had a lot of political capital, a lot of say. And he would always tell the people of that region, when leadership comes, it will come first in Nyanza, and then it will pass on to the rest of Western Kenya. And true to his words, he became the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. You remember it was something with fracas they were sharing with the president, but leadership, shared leadership, came in after that terrible time. You can remember what happened. Those who are returning officers can remember, because some of them are in politics. And after that, he would still repeat, and people had confidence in him. From Nyanza, it will be the rest of Western Kenya. And he passed on. At that time, people would jokingly ask, are you still watchmen and cooks? And how did we interpret these watchmen and cooks? It was, you cook the politics for other people, and you watch them as they get in and guard. That was the interpretation that time. It took a while before we had somebody who almost got to presidential status but could not be able to move on. And we remained there with the promise. With the promise. From Nyanza, it will be the western part of Kenya. And true to his words, Rift Valley and closer to, it's going very far away from here. A leader emerged from somewhere near there. But it bounced from the way it had been interpreted. The Luhya community had been expectant. It never happened. But during that time, something interesting happened. Most of the Luhyas were flocked in ODM in support of Raila Odinga. Two West Luhyas, let me go by name because people are calling themselves by communities. So now there's nothing you can do, you just have to refer to things like that. Made a pact, and the pact, according to those who can assess, I don't know, you can say if it has borne any fruits or not borne any fruits. But for people in Western Kenya, I am talking from Bungoma, I've seen things that have happened within that pact. The rest of Kenya have also seen pacts, things that have happened with the pacts. But I'm talking of here. I look at my DVD and remember that when, oh, sorry for calling him by that nickname. Forgive me, you are honorable. Those are just the names that Kenyans call you, nicknames. Sometimes it's good to surprise you with a nickname. And Weta, Papa Waroma, that's what they call him, made a pact, and through their efforts, a sizable amount of Western Kenya was able to push the then president in. Nyanza didn't do much, but they told him, we didn't vote you in, but now that you are in, we shall support you fully. They have shown it. And it went all over the country. There are places he gathered many votes. There are places he didn't garner many votes. And we can be able to assess the people by their work. I won't side with any. This is politics. People are playing politics. Others will talk down others, though there may be things. Others will overpraise others. But there is work that has been done. Those who can be able to see can be able to see it. It is a time when people are, they call it serenading. That's what I used to see in the Mexican soap operas as a serenade. Somebody comes and sings to the lady a good song out there, and if the lady likes what that man sings with a sombrero, she goes out. Then it is taken, the man has won her heart. So there have been several people serenading different ethnic groups and communities around the country. Kenya is one country. We shall do all our serenading, but whoever takes over the presidency will be the president of all of us. He will do things for all of us, but also it's always good to have a pact and to have a past record. and to see if your pacts have worked. I have seen a mobilization in Western Kenya, and there are demands some are making. I've seen a movement in eastern the mountain, and they're also moving with the pack. I saw a serenade of a warrior from this place to the place of the Iveti Hills, and it reminded me of the Chavakali serenade. Nobody has come up with anything, but serenation is on, and also there's serenation from elsewhere across the place. Question is, Western Kenya, where will you stand? Where will you stand? And when you stand, remember, the move you make this time will determine whether Western Kenya will be able to produce something for the country in the future, or whether it will be wrong playing the game and a disqualification. I've had the wisdom of some Western Kenya politicians, and being in Western Kenya, because now I'll have to vote in this place, I would ask you to consider some of the things that they are saying. Because voting is a voluntary thing. One will not be able to be forced to vote. But think of it. Shall we remain, or shall we one day be able, through our active participation, just like the two got out and got the rest of us to where we are, can we be able to make such another advancement to see if it can bear fruits or not? It's up to the Western Kenyan people, just like the people from other places, to prime their political space, their political turf, knowing that it's about 12 months to the elections. And the decision Western Kenyan politicians make and the Western people of Kenya make will impact greatly on the future. Will the prophecy of Raila Amolo Odinga bear fruit? Or would the cooperation of the two people from this side, Bungoma and Chavakali, bear fruits? Or shall we remain, what term did I use? You can complete it yourself. People of Western Kenya, you'll have to make up your mind within this time. Make a move that will make you relevant in the political space. That is my take for now.